World War II, spanning from 1939 to 1945, was a period marked by unparalleled global conflict and profound historical transformation. The war involved numerous nations and was characterized by dramatic military campaigns, significant battles, and pivotal moments that shaped the course of the 20th century. The origins of World War II can be traced back to the Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I and imposed severe restrictions on Germany. The interwar period was characterized by economic hardship and political instability, creating fertile ground for the rise of totalitarian regimes. In Germany, Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party capitalized on national discontent, promising to restore German pride and revitalize the economy. By 1933, Hitler had seized power, and his aggressive expansionist policies set the stage for conflict. The first significant action point was the invasion of Poland by Germany on September 1, 1939. This act of aggression prompted Britain and France to declare war on Germany, marking the beginning of World War II. The rapid success of the German Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War, tactics overwhelmed Polish forces, leading to the swift division of Poland between Germany and the Soviet Union, which had signed a non-aggression pact in August 1939. The war quickly spread across Europe. In 1940, Germany launched a series of invasions across Western Europe. Denmark and Norway fell swiftly, and in May 1940, Germany invaded Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg, bypassing the heavily fortified Maginot Line and leading to the fall of France. The Dunkirk evacuation in late May and early June 1940 saw over 300,000 British and Allied troops rescued from the beaches of Dunkirk, allowing them to regroup and continue the fight. The Battle of Britain, fought between July and October 1940, was a critical turning point. The Royal Air Force, RAF, successfully defended the United Kingdom from the Luftwaffe's sustained bombing campaign, preventing a planned German invasion. This victory marked the first significant setback for Hitler and demonstrated the resilience of the British defense. In 1941, the conflict expanded to the Eastern Front when Germany launched Operation Barbarossa on June 22, 1941, invading the Soviet Union. This massive campaign initially achieved remarkable success, capturing vast territories and inflicting heavy casualties. However, the brutal Russian winter and fierce Soviet resistance, exemplified by the defense of Moscow and the Battle of Stalingrad, gradually turned the tide. The Battle of Stalingrad, from August 1942 to February 1943, was one of the deadliest confrontations of the war, ending with the encirclement and surrender of the German Sixth Army. This defeat marked a crucial turning point, with the Soviet Union beginning to push westward. Meanwhile, the conflict had expanded to the Pacific theater. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, prompting the United States to declare war on Japan the following day. The attack, which caused significant damage to the U.S. Pacific Fleet, galvanized American resolve and marked the entry of the United States into the global conflict. The subsequent battles in the Pacific were characterized by fierce and bloody engagements. The Battle of Midway in June 1942 was a decisive naval battle that shifted the balance of power in the Pacific. The United States, having cracked Japanese codes, achieved a significant victory, sinking 4 Japanese aircraft carriers and halting Japanese expansion. The Allied forces, now including the United States, Britain, and the Soviet Union, began a series of coordinated offensives. In North Africa, the British Eighth Army, under General Bernard Montgomery, defeated German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel at the Battle of El Alamein in late 1942. This victory paved the way for the Allied invasion of North Africa, known as Operation Torch, which began in November 1942 and eventually led to the surrender of German and Italian forces in Tunisia in May 1943. The Allied invasion of Italy, beginning with the landings in Sicily in July 1943 and followed by the mainland landings at Salerno in September, further undermined Axis control in Europe. The Italian dictator Benito Mussolini was deposed and arrested in July 1943, but German forces continued to defend Italy, leading to a prolonged and grueling campaign. The tide of the war continued to turn in favor of the Allies with the successful execution of Operation Overlord, the D-Day invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944. This massive amphibious assault, involving more than 156,000 troops from the United States, Britain, and Canada, established a crucial foothold in Western Europe. The successful landings allowed Allied forces to push inland, liberating France and advancing towards Germany. Simultaneously, in the Pacific, the United States pursued a strategy of island hopping, capturing key islands and bypassing heavily fortified Japanese positions. The battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa, fought in early 1945, were among the bloodiest of the Pacific theater, bringing Allied forces closer to Japan's home islands. The war in Europe drew to a close with the Soviet Union's advance into Berlin in April 1945. Adolf Hitler, facing imminent defeat, committed suicide in his bunker on April 30, 1945. Germany officially surrendered on May 8, 1945, known as VE Day, Victory in Europe Day. The end of the war in Europe did not mark the end of the conflict, as the war continued in the Pacific. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima on August 6 and Nagasaki on August 9. The devastating impact of these bombs, combined with the Soviet Union's declaration of war on Japan and subsequent invasion of Japanese-occupied territories in Manchuria, led to Japan's unconditional surrender on August 15, 1945. The formal surrender was signed aboard the USS Missouri on September 2, 1945, officially ending World War II. The aftermath of World War II saw the emergence of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers, leading to the Cold War. The war had profound global consequences, including the establishment of the United Nations, aimed at preventing future conflicts and fostering international cooperation. The war also led to significant geopolitical shifts, the redrawing of national boundaries, and the beginning of decolonization as former colonies gained independence. The legacy of World War II is etched in the collective memory of nations and individuals worldwide. It was a conflict characterized by immense human suffering, but also by extraordinary acts of courage, resilience, and solidarity. The war's impact on technology, politics, and society continues to shape the modern world, making it one of the most defining periods in human history.